Hey everybody, Dr. Michael with Valiant Physical Therapy here in Evanston, Illinois, where I specialize in working with runners. Should you increase your cadence? That's a really great question, and the short answer is it depends. It depends highly on what your running form actually looks like and what cadence you are currently at. So the general rule of thumb is if you're less than 165 cadence, you should probably jack it up. Somewhere between the 170 and 190 range is really comfortable for a lot of people. And most people run into problems when their cadences are too low. So I was just working with a lady today who was at 150 cadence, and she was a classic overstriding, poor knee flexion, and she was heel striking. That isn't necessarily the devil, the heel striking piece, but her cadence was low, she was striding too long, and her knee was basically a little bit too straight as she was hitting the ground. And she was at 150 cadence, and the main thing that I worked on with her, and sometimes the lowest hanging fruit for people that have running related problems, is the fact that their cadence is less than 165, and she benefited a lot simply from just jacking it up to 165. So I never like to change people's cadence more than 10% at any given time. So she was at 150, I jacked her up to 165. We're all good there. And she was running and her form tightened up, which in a good way, okay? And one of the things that a lot of people make mistakes on when they do any sort of cadence retraining is they just start running faster. So it's very important when you're doing any sort of cadence retraining to control the speed or pace variable. The easiest way to do that is on a treadmill. It's very difficult to do it outside because if you're trying to increase your cadence, what you're most likely going to do is maintain the same shape of running and just start running faster in order to match whatever cadence that you're shooting for. So if you keep the speed variable the same, and if you increase your cadence, which is basically the number of steps that you're taking in a minute, at the same speed, your stride is going to have to shorten, okay? You're going to have to shorten your stride in order to match the cadence if you keep the speed variable the same. And that's what we're looking for. We want to increase the cadence, likely above 165, so that your stride shortens, and it just creates a lot better impact forces on the body when you actually, when your foot hits the ground. So should you increase your cadence? Well, if you know that you're below 165, you would gain a lot of benefit from working on a treadmill. That's very important because you can keep the speed variable the same and actually bumping up your cadence. If you try to increase your cadence and you're only running outside, you're probably just going to make yourself really tired because you're just running faster, and that misses the point entirely. So cadence retraining for those people less than 165, really helpful. If you know that you're less than 165, or you think that someone you know might have a pretty low cadence, send this video over to them, give it a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.